Fyodor gave the order. The army, land, sea, and air was to begin their assault and bombardment. Xiaowen tried to use a desk to pull the sword out of Bram's body, but it didn't budge. She thought about her friends, then threw all her weight, plus the weight of the desk, into it. Finally, the sword came loose. At the same time, Fukuzawa launched an attack on Fyodor, but Fyodor caught it with his bare hand, and countered by stabbing Fukuzawa with his sword. However, Fukuzawa managed to grab the blade with his own body, spun around, and landed a devastating blow on Fyodor. Taking the radio, Fukuzawa gave a command. All troops were to cease fire immediately. The soldiers began to pull back. Atsushi Nakajima was awakened by Adagawa Ranpo. Xiaowen was rescued by the vampire Akutagawa. Bram knelt before Xiaowen, declaring himself her knight. Meanwhile, Fyodor stepped out of the prison. The tanuki was waiting for him outside. He handed Fyodor an antidote. Fyodor took it, then walked away without a word. He ordered the vampire pilot to start the plane. The engine roared to life. Just as Fyodor was about to kill the tanuki, he was suddenly impaled through the stomach by the vampire. Blood burst from Fyodor's mouth. That's when Dazai-Osamu stepped out of the shadows. Bram and Idagawa Ranpo had formed an alliance. Dazai getting shot in the head had all been a performance by Chuya Nakahara. Chuya was never a vampire to begin with. The entire stunt, including dumping Fyodor into the underground cell, was a diversion. They only did it to injure his hand, which made it possible to convince the vampire to fly the plane. As the aircraft took off and exploded mid-air, Fyodor had finally reached his end. At the airport, Fyodor pretended to counterattack Fukuzawa one last time. Fukuzawa drew his sword and struck, but what he saw on Fyodor's face was a smile.